Christian, what Jack is bringing to the stage now is what we in the magic world call a teleportation helmet.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you could just teleport anywhere in the world? The possibilities are endless. Let's be real though, I'd probably just go get some ice cream from down the street. Or if I was feeling adventurous, I'd get up off my bum and get some gelato from Italy.
Can you teleport inside?
Teleportation is a concept explored by science fiction authors for a very long time. Heck, it's even made its way into movies like Willy Wonka with WonkaVision, where he teleports a bar of chocolate from one side of the room to another. Though it went from being a big candy bar to a little one inside a television, it's still a start. While mostly it exists only in the world of science fiction, what if I told you it's very much a real possibility? And that you could soon be teleporting across continents and ordering your authentic French fries in the heart of France from the finest of McDonald's? What if I told you there is already a patent filed for a teleportation device? Beaming. It's like a super advanced way of sending things from one place to another using special machines.
Beam me up, Scotty.
It's kind of like how people teleport in sci-fi movies, but without all the flashy effects. It happens really, really fast, way faster than what you see in the movies.
Scotty, beam me up.
When something is beamed, it happens extremely fast, faster than lightning. It's so fast that if you filmed it and played it back in slow motion a trillion times slower, you still wouldn't see anything happening. This kind of transportation isn't just for people, but it's also for things like spaceships and objects and supplies. They disappear completely when they're beamed, like they vanish into thin air and then suddenly they reappear at the destination, as if they came out of nowhere. It's like magic, but real. The Pleiadians or Plagiarians use this kind of beaming all the time to transport people and things around. Many people think that teleportation, especially of things that are big like humans, is just something we see in science fiction movies. They believe it's beyond what's normal or what's possible, but there's evidence that teleportation is actually happening right now. The Chinese conducted experiments that showed teleportation is real, and that was in 2004. The United States Air Force even supported this idea. The knowledge to teleport was actually given to us by Nikola Tesla 107 years ago, and the science behind it was developed by Albert Einstein and Theodore Kaluza about 86 years ago. With today's technology, we have the chance to make teleportation a reality. We can introduce a new aspect to our technology, something not physical but intelligent and capable of communicating through Einstein's fourth dimension. This would provide a foundation for a whole new world of teleportation. This idea of teleportation happening in the future is through entanglement. It's a solution suggested by a couple of physicists, and I have specifics on that shortly. However, this idea of teleportation happening in the future is through the idea of entanglement, and there's actually a patent for it. And I have specifics on that here in a bit. However, this patent argues that teleportation is not a physics solution, but rather it's an information technology solution. We already use unconventional methods in information tech today, so adding another unconventional device could make teleportation a reality now, instead of waiting decades or even centuries. Tesla said over 100 years ago that our world is much more than just physical, and this supports the idea that teleportation is possible. If you want to see a video on Nikola Tesla, let me know in the comments. What a fascinating story that could be. Imagine if you could travel from New York to LA in just the blink of an eye. Well, in Star Trek, they use something called transporters to do just that. These devices beam people and things back and forth from spaceships to planets and even between other spaceships. In the real world, there have been some interesting developments in the field of quantum teleportation.
Quantum teleportation.
This kind of teleportation is all about the weirdness of quantum physics. You see, according to quantum physics, the tiniest parts that make up everything can actually be in two or more places at once. So with quantum teleportation, scientists can capture all the special qualities of an object, like its quantum state, and send that information instantly to another place. It's like recreating the exact object only somewhere else in the universe.
You think quantum physics has the answer?
Now, as I mentioned earlier, the possibilities of teleportation using the principles of quantum mechanics has been studied. One key idea is called entanglement, where two particles can become connected no matter how far apart they are. More on that in a bit. This was first proposed by Albert Einstein, who called it spooky action at a distance. Later, scientists like Michio Kaku explored the potential of using entanglement for teleportation. They even conducted experiments. These experiments broke records and opened up new possibilities for real-life teleportation. More details on that in a bit too. These scientific breakthroughs show us that teleportation is not just science fiction, but something that scientists are actively researching and trying to understand. So finally, quantum mechanics. It's all about a special property called entanglement. When two particles are entangled, they act as if they're connected no matter how far apart they are. If one particle is changed, then the other particle instantly reacts, even if they're extremely far away from one another. So the idea behind teleportation is to use this entanglement concept to transfer the information that describes a person's physical state from one place to another. Instead of physically moving the person, they would create a pair of entangled particles. They would send one particle to where the person wants to go, while the other particle stays where the person is. The particle at the destination would be linked to the person's physical state. By sending the right information to the particle at the destination, they could recreate the person's physical state there. Now, even though this idea is based on quantum mechanics, there are still a bunch of challenges to overcome before it can actually happen. They would need to figure out how to keep the entangled particles stable over long distances, and how to measure and send the right information accurately. And of course, they would need to think about the ethical and safety concerns before even trying this on real people. In 2015, scientists actually made a massive leap in quantum teleportation. They managed to teleport packets of light called photons through long fiber optic cables that stretched over 63 miles. This broke previous records, and it also has some cool potential for improving encryption. You know, that fancy word for keeping data safe. You'll be surprised to know there's actually a few companies currently working on teleportation. Just to name a few: Google, IBM, Intel, Rigetti Computing, and even Xanadu. These are just a few of the companies that are working on quantum teleportation tech. There's actually many other companies and research groups that are working on it too. It is an active area of research, and it's possible that quantum teleportation could become a reality in the not too distant future. In addition to those companies, there's even some organizations working on quantum teleportation, such as the National Institute of Standards and Technology, the European Laboratory of Particle Physics, the Chinese Academy of Sciences, University of Tokyo, and University of Waterloo. These organizations are working on different aspects of teleportation, including development of new entanglement sources, the creation of more efficient quantum channels, and development of new methods for measuring quantum states. The progress that has been made in recent years is very promising. It's clear that this technology has potential to revolutionize everything. However, there's still a lot of challenges. To sum it up, scientists are exploring the idea of teleportation using the strange rules of quantum mechanics. They want to use entanglement to transfer the information that describes a person's physical state from one place to another without physically moving the person. While this idea is still in the realm of theory, it shows us there's still much more that we're discovering about the universe and what's even possible. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll not only teleport from place to place, but even travel through time. The possibilities are literally boundless. So while we may not be beaming ourselves up to spaceships anytime soon, the potential of human teleportation is tantalizing. It may seem like sci-fi now, but who knows what the future holds. Sincerely, thanks for watching.
The teleportation device.
Worf, lock on transport.
How are you doing, Mr. Worf?
Not well, sir.
We've just seen the first teleportation of a human being.
I will say now, however, subjectively, that human teleportation, molecular decimation, breakdown, and reformation is inherently purging. It makes a man a king